There's a lesson life teaches you again and again, whether you're on the tennis court, in the boardroom, in your relationships, or chasing any dream that feels bigger than yourself. Talent might spark the fire, but it is discipline and consistency that keep the flame alive long enough to win the long game. I learned this truth not from a single victory or one defining moment, but from the grind, from the relentless, often unseen, days of training, from mornings when my body wanted to quit, and evenings when doubt whispered louder than my will. Success is not about the highlight reel. Success is about who you are when nobody's watching, when the stadium is empty, when the cameras are turned off. It is about the discipline to show up every single day, even when progress feels invisible, even when the dream feels far away, even when life throws injury, pain, loss, and setback in your path. It's easy to stay motivated when you're winning. It's easy to stay positive when people cheer for you. The real test, the test that shapes destinies, is staying disciplined when nothing seems to be working, when you lose match after match, when the critics say you're finished, when your own mind questions whether the sacrifice is worth it. That's when discipline separates the ones who talk about dreams from the ones who live them. When you commit to the long game, you stop living for instant results. You start valuing the process more than the prize. You begin to realize that consistency is not glamorous. It doesn't give you applause every day, but it gives you something greater. It transforms you. Each repetition, each early morning, each small choice in the right direction, stacks up to build resilience, builds mastery, builds a character that is unshakable. Destiny is not built in a day, it's built in decades. And that's why consistency is the bridge. It's the discipline to show up whether you feel like it or not. It's the understanding that greatness is not intensity, it's consistency. Anyone can give maximum effort for a moment, but only a few can give steady effort for a lifetime. I've seen it in my own journey. There were matches where I felt like my legs couldn't move another step, where my lungs burned, and my heart pounded with the weight of expectation. There were tournaments where the critics said I would never win a Grand Slam, where people compared me endlessly to others, where my failures were magnified more than my progress. But it wasn't one victory that proved them wrong. It wasn't one sudden breakthrough. It was the years of returning to the court, of practicing when nobody believed, of working when the spotlight wasn't there. Every great story looks like an overnight success from the outside. But from the inside, it's always the same: years of invisible consistency, years of disciplined habits, years of doing the unglamorous work. Destiny is not written by luck. Destiny is written by discipline. Discipline is waking up before the world stirs and deciding that your future matters more than your comfort. Discipline is saying no to distractions, even when they promise instant pleasure, because you're after long-term greatness. Discipline is doing the work when your mind screams for rest, because you know the price of regret is heavier than the weight of discipline. Discipline is standing back up when life knocks you down, not once, not twice, but as many times as it takes. That's the secret of champions. That's the power behind the long game. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean you never stumble, never fail, never fall short. It means that no matter how many times you fall, you rise again. It means your average day, your baseline effort, is higher than most people's best day. Consistency is not about intensity, it's about persistence. It's about being faithful to the process long enough for it to pay off. And here's the truth. Your destiny doesn't care about your mood. The future you dream about doesn't care whether you feel motivated today. Dreams bow to discipline. Results answer only to consistency. The universe doesn't reward wishful thinking. It rewards consistent doing. Every rep, every step, every page written, every call made, every practice repeated, that is what builds momentum, and momentum builds destiny. We live in a world obsessed with instant gratification. People want results tomorrow, success in weeks, mastery in months. But the greatest victories, the legacies that endure, are never built quickly. They are forged slowly, painfully, consistently, over years. They are built when you choose discipline over distraction, long-term vision over short-term comfort, process over outcome. Look at any champion, in sports, business, art, or life, you will always find the same story. They were not the most talented. They were not the luckiest. They were the most consistent. And consistency is courage. It's courage to keep walking when the finish line feels out of sight. It's courage to invest in yourself when there's no guarantee of success. It's courage to silence the voice of doubt with the louder voice of discipline. Courage isn't loud. Courage isn't dramatic. Courage is often quiet. It's the quiet decision to try again. To show up again. To train again. To keep faith again. And over time, those quiet decisions turn into unstoppable momentum. That is how destinies are shaped. I want you to ask yourself right now, are you living for the short game or the long game? Are you seeking instant approval, or are you building lasting legacy? Are you addicted to motivation, or are you committed to discipline? Because motivation will fade. Discipline endures. Motivation might inspire you to start, but discipline is what carries you through when the excitement dies. There will be moments when nobody claps for you. Moments when nobody notices your effort. Moments when you feel invisible. But those are the moments that matter most. Because if you can stay consistent then, if you can stay disciplined then, when the reward feels far away, you've already proven you are destined for something greater. Destiny doesn't belong to the ones who give up at the first obstacle. Destiny belongs to those who refuse to be broken. To those who decide, I will keep showing up, no matter how long it takes. Your dream has a price. And the price is discipline. Your destiny has a requirement. And the requirement is consistency. And here's the promise, if you stay disciplined, if you stay consistent, if you keep walking even when the road feels endless, one day, you will arrive. One day, the long game will reward you. One day, all the invisible hours will turn into visible victory. So, choose today. Choose discipline over comfort. Choose consistency over intensity. Choose the long game over the short thrill. The future is watching. Destiny is waiting. And your greatness is not in what you do once, but in what you do again and again, until your discipline turns into destiny.